Hello everyone. Angie here. I am coming on to do a collage make for Crossword collaging here on YouTube, created by Ruth and Nellie Designs. I ran into their channel some time ago, and they were just doing some collage makes on crossword puzzle pages, and I thought it was just fantastic idea. I had this crossword puzzle book, and I thought I would join in. Very simple. You just do a collage on a page or do a double page spread. Just give it a title and a theme and just have fun. So I'm enjoying this series. So I'm going to do one with you guys today, if you don't mind. Make sure I'm in frame. And this is my 17th. I've been trying to keep track. See how many I get done. Make here. And I don't know what I want to do. But two things caught my eye today, guys. I have these coffee stained paper towels and they look so yummy. I was staining some regular copy paper and I had to soak up some excess, so I dabbed it with a couple pieces of paper towels, and look at that. Isn't that pretty? And it strengthened them a little bit, not much, but a little bit, and I just couldn't bring my heart to throw them away. So I want to use these, or one of them at least, maybe as like a background. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh yeah, that won't work. And then this caught my eye. We're in September now, and fall's right around the corner, knocking on our door. So I want to use him. All right, so let's get started. How is everybody today? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing good. And let's see, let's do some little marks where I need to cut this paper towel. I don't know how well it's going to cut, but we're going to work with it. Right there. See if I can get a straight cut out of this. At least a somewhat straight cut. Alright, gotta do one more. That's pretty close. Can't go wrong there. And cut it right here. So yeah, this is a fun little series. If you have a crossword, I mean, this, you don't necessarily, I guess, have to use a crossword puzzle. You can use a planner book. You can use a magazine. But, you know, it's a great way to use up your bits and pieces and your scraps and just, you know, have a play. That's always the best. All right. I love it. That looks yummy to me. And I could probably get away with doing this with some glue stick since the paper is thin. I think I can do that. Tack it down. Oh, and I love that you could see the crossword through there, but we're going to have to cut that out somehow. Let me trying to think now as I'm gluing here. I have no idea what I want to do. I just saw this paper towel and then I saw the adorable little chipmunk and I said these are going to be my focal images and we'll just work from there. So let's see what we can come up with. I did grab my little compartments of odds and ends of pieces that are left over from other pieces and bits and pieces that I just kind of toss in a little bin and use when I can. So I grabbed those. I think that's down pretty good. Okay. And the great thing about doing collages and makes like these are, like I said, you get to use up your scraps. I have these little things and I just title it odds and ends, and then when I use them up, I tear that off and then I can store something else in it. But I had 3 of these at the beginning of the year. I'm down to 2. So I'm definitely using inventory and I love it. Okay, so I've got this cutie. Let me see if I can do a little something with his whiskers here. kind of looks funny, but just not so much gray. Okay, so he's a pretty big guy. And we have to clear away, the whole thing is you just do a collage page, but using the crossword puzzles portion, you give it a name, title, and then make the page some type of a theme. So I guess with him, the first thing I think of is fall. So this is going to be like a fall theme. And I think I'm going to remove this. And I'm just going to do a rough tear on this. Usually I do a really precise square, but I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit this time. And we're just going to, let's see. And like I said, the coffee really strengthened this paper towel a lot. But let's tear that away before we get too involved in the page. And I do say we, guys, because you're part of me. You're in this with me, and I thank you for it. All right, let me turn this. How fun is that? I almost want to get some ink. I think I will. Let me grab some brown ink. 1 second, I just got it over on my other top here. Okay, and I grabbed ground espresso. Ground espresso. I'm thinking maybe just do a little dab around those edges. That kind of speaks to me for some reason. So we're going to go with it. Okay. Put a little more glue around those edges. Okay, I like it. All right, let's see. Maybe put him about there. He's looking that way. So let me look through these little compartments here and see what I can find that will go with that. Got a brown leaf. Got some little fussy cut green pieces. Maybe those. Maybe these brown labels. Got a sunflower. I got a little girl. Let's see. Let's see what, there's another, that's the same. Not the same thing. Okay. Here's a different one. See what else we got. Got some leaves. Thought there was more in there. I got a butterfly, but that's blue. I don't think that's going to go too well. All right. Let me look in the other one. Got some orange leaves. A little tumbleweed, maybe. It's kind of fallish. Maybe those. Pine cone. Ooh, cute little fox. It's blue in that though. Let's see. Ooh, how about some mushrooms? Maybe? That's got some pink, I don't think so. Oh, no. Okay, let's start with that, see what we get. All right, make sure I'm in frame again. All right, let's see what we can do. Got some vintage mushrooms. He's adorable, isn't he? But that blue is throwing me off. Since this is fall, I'm not liking that blue. We would cut out some leaves. Spread this stuff out here. See what I got. I'm looking at this at the moment. Let's move him. These are some little border pieces. And I'm thinking, why don't we use these around the crossword. I can cut this off. So I think that's pretty sure that's what I did on the other one. So that won't be so wide. And then we have 4 pieces instead of 3. Do something like not quite long enough though. Let's see. I kind of like that. What do you think? Except I got a couple little gaps. We could probably cover those up. I'm thinking. Let's look at our placement here. Okay, he's gonna have to go up here, right? Okay. This is a little vintage mushroom. I don't care for that frog though, but we could cut him out. If we tuck him under. Let's see. Let me try this one. What if we put him down here? Okay, that takes care of that side. I don't like that frog. We're gonna lose him. He's not speaking to me. What if we do something like that? Maybe move this one over. Nope, I don't like those 2 browns side by side. It's too big for that side. It's definitely gonna have to go over there. Okay, I can work with that, sort of. we could put the frog up on top of the mushroom. Maybe that would work good. Let me trim that up. Okay, maybe that'll work. A little pop of color in there every now and then, every here and there. What about that? Kind of liking it, guys. Kind of liking it. Let's see. What about that? She's too small. I don't think I'll use her. I don't think I'll use that. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. Let's start putting some of this down. All right, and sometimes you got to grab things and move them around once or twice before you decide where you want them to be. But I do think I want the border around the crossword block. So let's start there. And I'm not going to put glue around the outer edge just in case I want to tuck something in a little bit. I can. Okay. See how that goes. And then we'll just cover those little gaps up with something, with our littler pieces. I think that'll work. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and use this. Okay, so we got a couple gaps. Not a problem. We'll work with that. And I've got to leave enough of the crossword puzzle open for me to get right in my title. So if I go right about there, I still have a little room, but I don't know what the title will be. Okay, so I'll wait on that. Kind of liking that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Put that down. All right, I can work with that. Let's see what's next. How about I think I'm gonna have to move him over. But I still got that gap there. I don't know. Let's see. We do a little cluster of something here. It's not too bad. Nope. All right, I think I'm going to put him in this bottom corner, so let's do that. Once I commit, then I can't change it, so let's just do that. And I think I will put this little tumbleweed. It's a sticker, but I don't like all that white, so I'm going to trim away a little bit of that white. Tuck that and cover up that gap there. That'll work. Put a little ink on that. Darken that up just a bit. Okay, I like that. I do like this little pop of green in here. So let's see. Okay, I'll work with that, and that little gap, we'll put this right here to cover that little spot. All right, let's see. I don't know what this is. If it should go this way or this way. Is it just a leaf? Looks like it's a seed of some sort. Maybe I won't use that. Maybe do a little cluster here. Yeah, I can work with that. Sometimes you got to move things around just a little bit for you like your positioning. I'm using up quite a few little bit of pieces here too. I like that. if this is something interests you and this is your first time seeing a crossword puzzle collage, I will put who started this series in the description box below for you. You can check her channel out. She's been doing it for a while, I understand. So, yeah. This is a sticker also, I think. Yeah. So you can check hers out. It's a lot of fun. I'm thinking, do we need a human in this picture? I don't know. So we still got some space up here. Yeah, I like that there. I'm going to cut away some of the white again. Ink it up a bit. Does that look kind of fall? I guess it looks kind of fall, huh? Trying to think of what we could title this. I don't know. Okay, put that there. I saw, hold on, in my little box here, I got some little cutouts. Do we need a person? I don't think that cartoon character will work too well though. Got, I saw something here, hold on. Yeah, I don't think those cartoon characters go too well. Here we go. Saw these. Let's see how these work. I don't know per se if it will go, but let's try it. No. Oh, that's cute. This was a image I got and I tried to print it and the color didn't come out too well. See, her skin is all orange. I don't really like that. But I didn't want to throw it away. I put this cluster here, but I kind of, now that I got her out, I'm kind of liking her maybe like right here. She could be walking through the meadow and she's got her little basket there. Maybe she's collecting things. I don't know. Or do we put her like that? Move that mushroom. I could still... that all the way down? Yeah, I did. Kind of liking her now. That down. Yeah, let's do that. We've been getting so much rain. I'll tell you what, we've got mushrooms in the grass. Constantly going out there and digging those up, pulling those up. I'm gonna cut that down just a little more. Just want it to be peeping out. Maybe something like that. Okay. And put her there. Look, all right. I like it. Cute. Okay, well, I used up quite a few pieces. Let's see what I got left. I cut that mushroom up, but that's okay. Do I need anything else? Let's tack him down. Not too bad. All right, what do you guys think? How does that look? Oh, I still got these leaves too. I think that's pretty full. Let me just try and cut out a couple of these leaves here. See how that will look. And this is vellum, so it might add a little different texture and a little something to the page. Let's just try it and see. Tuck it behind the mushroom there, maybe. And then this one. Let's see. Yes, I like it. We're gonna go for it. Cut that down just a little bit. Hoping it will fit behind there a little bit better. Tuck it back there. I like it. It looks very full, doesn't it? Very, very full. Then I still have these little bits of this paper towel. Save that for another day. But I used up quite a few pieces. I am very pleased with that. Put these back. Now all we have to do is give it a title, guys. What do you think? It's kind of fall, it's kind of dark and naturey. Maybe he's got his little goodies. She's on a little walk. Let's call this yeah, I think he's got his goodies. She's got hers. He's going to get his. We're going to say all good things take time. How about that? All How about all things? All things all things good take time. What do you think? Then we can, I do kind of like to, oops, trace around the outer or the inner edge and give that a little border. I like it. I think I'm going to stop there. All things good take time. And how about dot, dot, dot? All right. And we are at 35 minutes. I think that's pretty good. All right, guys. That is my make for today. I hope you guys like it. Thank you so very much for stopping by my channel. If you found something of value today, please hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, leave me a like, let me know what you think of today's collage. But as always, take care, God bless, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.